Hello, and welcome to Pure Soul Alchemy with Gabriella. I am Gabriella Espinosa, Catalyst for Life and creator of Pure Soul Alchemy. I'll be taking us through a soul realignment process for the next 30 minutes, so be sure to find a nice, comfortable place where you can lay down, relax, and receive this session. Pure Soul Alchemy is a transmission of channeled healing technologies which restructure your creative source grid. Transformative operations and procedures are enacted for you while you comfortably relax. Through my perception and vocalization of the inner energetic grid, we are open in ways which allow these technologies to come into our physical reality and enact change on our behalf. There will be quite a few moments of silence as I'm being with these processes. Relax into the silence during these times and receive the healing energies. Don't focus too much on what is being said. Relax and let the transmission come through and work on you. To learn more about Pure Soul Alchemy, visit www.puresoulalchemy.com. In your iTunes, search Pure Soul Alchemy with Gabriella and subscribe to the podcast for commercial-free listening. It's quite helpful to go back and listen again repeatedly to deepen the effects of the session and to take the healing further. Today's show is a healing to deconstruct ancestral family traumas. We all have those ways in which we replay unconscious traumatic experiences over and over again. We ask, why is this challenging experience happening to me again? This is basically any adverse situation that keeps popping up in your life. For example, why do I keep attracting the same type of partner? Why does money seem to keep running out? Why do I always get passed up for promotions, etc.? You get the picture. We feel like we have no control, that we're a victim of circumstances. However, the answer may lie with our ancestors. Ancestral traumas will funnel down the lineage until they are addressed and cleared. The problem is that, the challenge is that because the traumas didn't happen to us directly, we have no reference point for taking it on and healing it, aka acknowledging it and letting it go. In today's show, we will tap into these deeply buried ancestral traumas and implement healing up, down, and across the lineage for positive change in your life right now. So have in mind the intention of breaking down any dysfunctional patterns of pain from your life that you feel originates from trapped ancestral traumas and karmas. We will lay those to rest, giving your ancestors the peace they have longed for, and set a new course for you that is in alignment with your soul's inherent value structure. Some of the healing points that we will cover in our session today, and these were given to me by my higher guides and my inner tuition, and I'll just read a few of them because there are many. One is building bridges between the generationally acquired storehouse of collected wisdom, our ancestors and ourselves. Another one is clearing the genetic orders from our ancestral encasements. Now, I'm going to interrupt for a bit. A lot of these don't quite make total sense when you take them at face value, but they are very broad spectrum, and they're designed that way so that we can have a better reach. So I'll continue. There's just one more I want to read before we get started. Installing new hope-filled visions and upgrading perceptual acuity. Great. So we're just going to go ahead and take some deep breaths at this point and bring into your awareness and into your heart and into your pelvic bowl any area of your life that has been bogged down by recurring traumas and challenges. Envision you and your dear ancestors, whether they are in bodies or disincarnated, receiving the golden tone of compassion. Know that heavenly beings are bringing in their clarifying wisdom and their powerful love for you. They will soothe you and your loved ones into an oceanic healing right now and throughout this session, where there has been an unconscious ancestrally programmed reactiveness. There is now warm clarity based in love. Divine resolutions are settling into your DNA, heart, and soul. You are now recognizing that peaceful new solutions are available to you and are at your fingertips in each moment. Know that the dismantling of these old ancestral wounds, traumas, and programs is well underway right now, and that they will continue to dematerialize throughout this session and beyond. You are no longer plagued by these old patterns of the ancestral past. You are, in fact, liberated and are liberating your loved ones here and now. This healing is transmitted far and vast to all of your connections, so that all who know you are deeply healed. You now have a stronger and deeper connection to who you truly are and what you are about. So now it is easy to let go of everything that is not true for you. Inauthentic identities from your ancestral past are falling away, leaving only your true essence firmly intact. Now let that take hold in your sight, in your heart, and in your life as we continue through our session and firmly establish your newly purified true structure in your energy grid. So we're connecting with our divine physical and non-physical intelligence to align completely with our own core essence, aligning with the fundamental and essential aspects of ourselves, with the earth, the sun, the moon, our own mother, father, God, self, and our own inherent creator self, along with our right placement in the universe. The one pure healing source within us is our own deepest aspect. We agree to serve as our own healing agent and to serve from and as our own ultimate inner counsel, the all that I am. So we're going to begin clearing and integrating the positive, beneficial aspects of the astrological sign of Gemini. So one of the things that we're clearing right now is taking things too literally and then perceiving predominantly and too much from the mental area. And we're going to bring in the positive and beneficial Gemini characteristics of being adaptable, articulate, changeable, inquisitive, youthful, spontaneous, and just a general sense of openness that Gemini, the sign of Gemini, gifts us with, the gift that it bestows upon us. So we're bringing that through for all of us right now. So we're healing any psychological and spiritual splits or splitting that may have been passed down through our ancestry. All right, so we're going to go ahead and proceed with one of our directives, which is we're going to commence installing new hope-filled visions and upgrading perceptual acuity. This will enrich our understanding of what our goals are in this life. After having healed the ancestral trauma enslavement of our DNA, great, so that is online and happening as we continue. Great, so we're going to go ahead and begin clearing the genetic orders from our ancestral encasements. These are those operating programs that are misinterpreted as imperatives or mandates by ourselves, our psyche, our system, our personalities. These drive our lives and override our true soul's unfolding flow. All right, so we're going to spend time with this clearing. And at the same time, we will be mentally redefining and reclaiming our soul manifest and implement reconstruction of our managerial output. Great, and we're also, this is interesting, we're also going to, somehow that ties in with the clearing and the infusion of positive Gemini intelligence, and that's pertaining to that managerial output. Great, so what we also want to do is we want to clear a cold, it seems kind of cold and detached, stance. Basically, a little bit being disconnected from our heart space and our emotional intelligence. So we want to reclaim and build bridges between our mental intelligence and our emotional intelligence. And of course, which allows our spiritual intelligence full range of motion in our physical lives. All right, this is interesting. So we're going to do a clearing of the psychic debris of inhospitable logic from ancestral sources. Great. And that is continuing, and we're going to just change the channel a little bit and take a look at how the healing of our ancestral trauma, enslavement of our DNA is going. Yes, so what we're doing right now is a nice liberation of our DNA, the intelligence, the higher design, and the optimal design contained within our DNA, that it can come forth, express, create. Also releasing ancestral conventions, and this is again on the DNA level. Great, so I can really feel things lightening up significantly. I'm going to spend a little more time with these. All right, so we spoke of clearing some genetic orders from our ancestral encasements, and we're going to work a little bit deeper on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some clearing of the deeming of our lives subservient to these genetic orders. And of course, this is not conscious. We don't do this consciously. I think what happens is that we get a little intimidated by the force of these genetic orders that they carry, and we forget that we're the ones in charge and we're the ones in choice, and we lose a higher perspective. So let's clear for all of that, particularly the seeing ourselves as subservient, less than, and insignificant in comparison to these genetic orders and the force that they carry and express with, or attempt to express with, I should say. Great. Can spend some time there. Right. So we're going to go ahead and meander to another clearing that's going on that we started earlier. This one was the building bridges between the generationally acquired storehouse of collected wisdom, our ancestors and ourselves. So what we're doing is we are creating trust of the information, as well as our ability to utilize it appropriately, navigate through, within, about, and beyond this collected wisdom, because our ancestors have laid a wonderful path. They've collected wisdom on what to do, how to do it, what not to do, and why. Why not tap into that? Not reinventing the wheel here, but utilizing the wheel consciously and in choice. Great, so we're getting a big consent from all of our systems to open that up. Great, beautiful, that's opening very nicely, and it's going to continue opening. All right, so this next healing point that we're going to initiate, lessening the severity and healing the impact from old generational, there's a lot of things here, generational pieces, and I'm going to go through them one by one in turn. And I just want to acknowledge that this healing is going, again, up and down and beyond the lineage, so that all who are directly and twice removed and 4 times removed will receive these healings, whether they are in bodies or not in bodies. Great. So lessening the severity and healing the impact from old generational traumas, psychological cave-ins, and we're healing the recoiling effects. Lessening the severity and healing the impact from old generational woundings. This is interesting. Psychological inner warfare and their recoiling effects. As well as any and all transverse appearances. Let's also do a clearing of functional dependency. Okay, I don't get this one, but let's clear it anyway. Facts based on lies. Facts was in quotes, apparently. Facts based on lies. Working on old generational traumas, woundings, psychological cave-ins. Psychological inner warfare. Okay, we're also going to do a lessening the severity and healing the impact from old generational nuclear family interplay. It's quite a mouthful. And it has quite a charge to it, so we're going to spend a little bit of time there clearing that. Let's also clear unintentional defensive life operational standpoints. All right, so we're going to look at this piece here. Cemented identity structures. And what I'm seeing is how this negatively and detrimentally affects us and has affected those souls in our lineage, is that they have, it has impeded a healthy will. It has impeded the development and the strengthening of an empowered will. So we want to heal those side effects, those detrimental side effects from having cemented identity structures. Still healing generational traumas and transverse appearances. All right, so healing recoiling effects. And let's go ahead and take on this piece here. Neglected, abandoned persona structures. And these are positive qualities, characteristics, skill sets, and talents that have been neglected or abandoned or unexpressed because of the generational traumas and woundings. Great, so we're lessening the detrimental effects and opening whole creative pathways to our wholeness and soul fulfillment. Great, so we're now bringing our session to a close. I'd like to thank you for joining Pure Soul Alchemy with Gabriella. For more information, visit www.puresoulalchemy.com. I highly recommend that you listen to this session repeatedly, and this will take the healing effects of the session even deeper. For commercial-free listening, go to your iTunes and search Pure Soul Alchemy with Gabriella, then click the subscribe button. This is Gabriella Espinosa. Have a wonderful day.